Barb Boldt.
Thank you so much, Allison. What an honor for you to ask me. I'm very humbled. So let's begin. I start every one of my presentations with, it starts with you. You have to love yourself and you have to be good to yourself because you can't help others unless you're good to yourself. So get over it. You have to like yourself. And it starts with you loving yourself so that you can be a blessing to other people. This goes for the whole presentation. Bottom line is, they did not approve of me, and I don't approve of them. So there you go. Whatever, whatever you go. I'm not here to diagnose, treat, cure anybody. I'm here to give you education and information, which I love to do. Understanding. We're talking today about gut health, and I love this slide. Um, your microbiome, which is your gut, is a battlefield. Just look at all the things going on there in just this picture. I mean, countless things battling you on a daily, minute, hourly, all the time. And because of it, what do your gut, what do you want it to look like? Dysbiosis is pure and imbalanced bacterial community. You can be on the left, not politically, I'm just saying nothing political, or the right. Look at the beautiful symbiosis. Flowers, beautiful water, drinking. You can go in and have a good time. I wouldn't even put my pinky in on the right. All right. But that's what our gut gets to look like, imbalanced. What does your gut look like? So take a just look. Your health conditions are linked to gut microbiota. All of the above. It all starts in your gut. So people say, eat healthy. Well, what does that mean? You hear it all the time. Eat healthy. Understand, if you want to take snaps of this, I don't care. It's fine. But colorful foods, when you eat, is your plate colorful? Or is it all one color? Is it colorful, like a rainbow? Red contains lycopene and ellagic acid to support a healthy heart, protect your skin, and lower cancer risks. Tomatoes, strawberries, watermelon. Red. Orange and yellow, beta carotene and vitamin C to boost, elevate your immune system and protect your eyes. Carrots, sweet potatoes, oranges. Green for lutein, you know what that is for your eyes. Potassium, vitamin K for strong bones, eyes, and your cell repair. Spinach, broccoli, avocados. Then we go to blue and purple. I love all these colorful things. Blue and purple anthocyanidins to improve memory, lower your blood pressure, slow cellular aging. Blueberries, blackberries, eggplant. Then you have white and brown with allicin and flavonoids to lower cholesterol and reduce blood pressure and fight bad bacteria. Garlic, onions, mushrooms. So a host of things that you can just help yourself just by eating correctly. The problem is that we don't end up doing that. And oops, there we go. I have a new computer, so it is what it is. So, understanding Americans, this is what you eat according to 2020. Look at what we are. We don't want the yellow, but look at it. None of us are going. Yellow be, uh, is below. The blue is actually above. So much. Look at the sugars, look at the fats, the last three things. That's what we're intaking. And then we wonder why we are the way we are. So, are you getting essential nutrients? Essential means your body doesn't make it, you have to take it. So, carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, and yes, water. Dr. D always says you can't make them, so you have to take them either in what you're eating or supplementation. This is according to the, again, 2020 sounds a long time ago. It's not. But this is the USDA. This is what we're short on. Just FYI, I am not a slide reader. By the time I get done talking, you've already read the slide. So understanding, this is where we fall short on. And nutrients in red are linked to undernourishment. So again, what are we eating? What are we not eating? And then, well, what's depleting our nutrients? Medications. You can go to Google. I talk about this every Wednesday night. Every Wednesday night, I do a Wellness 101. It's 7:30 to 8 o'clock. It is open to everybody. It is for you and for your guests. It's on my Zoom, and which is my phone number. But what we say is, I'm not saying don't take medication. What I am saying is, if you are taking any medication, you need to put back the nutrients that the medication is depleting. Sodas, alcohol, and sugar so depletes all your nutrients. So very, very important. So again, you can go to drugs that gobble, drugs that gobble on, just go to Google and you can bring up a sheet and it tells you what you need and what it takes out. So why should we supplement? Well, because we're not eating right. We need essential vitamins and minerals. The SAD diet, yep, standard American diet, we're not getting everything we need. And phytonutrients, that's a big word for plants, green things, you can't get from food. And you need supplementation for energy, joints, skin, health, and sleep. So we just can't eat it all. And it's not in the food that we grew 20, 40 years ago. The carrot that my grandmother grew, she had a garden. The carrot my mom grew, she had a garden. The carrot that I grow, I have a garden. And my kids have a garden. And some of my grandkids have gardens. You know what? It's different. Totally different. It looks the same. They're green on the top and orange on the bottom, but they don't have the same nutrient value. So why supplement? Well, we're a nation of wealth, not health. Poor nutrition, excess calories. We've become couch potatoes. Stop it. Get off the couch. You can be in front of your computer right now, but then get away from it. It's too much stress, and we're not sleeping enough. Dr. D always says to bed no later than 10. So the magic hours are 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Those are your magic hours. So if you're going to bed at midnight, you've already missed 2 hours. That's when your body resets, regenerates, and gets your cells going again. So think about your sleep habits. High incidence of preventable health challenges. Lifestyle education can reduce healthcare costs, and nutrient depletion is a result, again, I said, of medical intervention. And like I said before, the key is to find supplements with science-based ingredients. So supplementations help you fill in the gaps. The less committed you are to healthy eating, the more committed you need to be supplementing. Nutritional experts say supplement, and now you need key science-based supplements. So when we look at this, now my computer's acting weird. Not all supplements are created equal. And that's another whole presentation, but they're different, and know what the difference is. We want scientifically based supplements, GRAS approved. GRAS is generally regarded as safe, so they're high quality. Now, again, as I said, the first slide, FDA doesn't approve individual supplements. Like it does not approve our OPC3 or our vitamin C, but it does regulate all the ingredients that go into our products. And the final products come under another umbrella called DSHEA, Dietary Supplement Health Education Act. And we want to make sure at Market America, because of the science, that appropriate quantities of essential vitamins, mineral, and nutrients are in every serving, capsule, or pill. So just understanding, it's not how much is listed on the label. It's not what you're taking. It's what is your body absorbed? What does it actually use? And there are 91 people on here. I will guarantee you, every one of us has a different digestive system. Our gut health is all different based upon how healthy your gut is. So again, I might take OPC And it's going to do a little bit something different than Allison does, or Tehran does, or Carmen does, because gut health is essential. It's not like, oh, yeah, I have it, or oh, no, I want it. So we call ourselves supplementarianisms, not vegetarians, not carnivores, but supplementarians, because we eat supplements. We're going to eat them, we're going to take them, we're going to use them. So, let's just go very briefly through how does your digestive system work? Well, first your mouth. Digestion begins there, chewing and enzymes break down. Then your esophagus, it travels down through a process of squeezing, peristalsis, and then your stomach, gastric juices containing acids and enzymes further break down the food. Then it goes to your pancreas, makes a hormone insulin, which determines how your body is using carbs, and then to your liver and produces bile so that we can aid in fast digestion. So then after that, we go to the next step. This is so not working. There. Okay. The next step then is your gallbladder. Stores the bile made by the liver to aid in fat digestion and controls the flow of bile into your small intestine. See, all these things work together. It just doesn't, it's not happenstance. And then it goes to the small intestine. The majority of nutrients absorbs in the small intestine, facilitated by the enzymes in those villi. And those villi should be like waving grains of, if you're in the Midwest, you know what a wheat field looks like. All right. Those villi reach up and carry all the nutrients into the large intestine and into the bloodstream. The colon then absorbs water and electrolytes. Bacterials help ferment undigested carbs and produce some vitamins. Then the rectum, where waste is stored until it is expelled to the anus, and then the anus is where it is excreted. It is a complicated system. Therefore, you need to pay attention to your diet. You want a diet rich in fiber, supports regular bowel movements. I talk to so many of my clients and people, and I do a lot of health talks and talk to people, and they think normal is having a bowel movement once a month. Can you imagine that's normal? Or once a week, or once every other day. Let me tell you, that is not normal. Think of a baby. They eat, poop, and sleep all day long. Eat, poop, and that's what we should be doing. A minimum of 1 to 2 bowel movements a day. We get it in, we suck out the nutrients, they get where they're supposed to do, and we excrete the rest. That's it. Are we drinking enough water to maintain the right consistency of stool and help digestion and for hydration? Fiber intake. Adequate dietary fiber intake promotes healthy digestion, adds bulk to the stool, and feeds beneficial gut. Our gut needs to be fed. Those little bugs are just so hungry. They hunger. They want to eat, 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 eat. And that's the good thing. And we have probiotics and prebiotics. We'll be talking a lot about them. Probiotics are found in fermented foods, and prebiotics are in high fiber food. And they all help maintain the balance of that microbiome. So it looks like a beautiful wandering stream with flowers and everything like that. The other thing is mindful eating. You know, who talks about that? I talk about that. Eating slowly, mindfully allows the digestive system to process food and reduces the possibility of overeating. Be honest. There are 96 people on here, and those that are honest will say, put a 1. Put a 1 in there if you eat in front of the TV or eat in front of your computer. Or in front of your phone. Most of you will say yes, because that's what we do. I bet if I asked you, what did you have for breakfast? You ate. But do you really know what you ate? Probably not, unless you have the same thing over and over. Because we think about it, we eat, but we do not have mindful eating. And that's what we've lost over the interim. Mindful eating, sitting around a table, talking with our children, our grandchildren, our spouse, whomever, having that conversation. That is so healthy. And we've lost that. At least a lot of people have lost that. So again, mindful eating. not in front of the TV or any screen. So your microbiome has more to do with your overall health. Guess what? It has to do with your mental well-being, your nervous system, and your hormones, your skin, your immune. All of the above has to do with that health of your gut. So we want to talk beyond digestion. What is that role of the gut? Well, the bottom line is the gut is the cornerstone of health. Just, I'm not going to read all those things, but look what it controls. Your gut is often referred to as your second brain. It has an ecosystem of trillions of bacteria, fungi, and other microorganisms that play a crucial, not a little bit, crucial role in your overall health, your well-being, and your longevity. Did you know the human gut contains over 100 trillion microorganisms? It outnumbers the human cells by a factor of 10. It is your second brain. It is a genetic diversity. 150 times more genes in your gut than the human genome. And it's the hub of your immune system. 70 to 80% of your immune system is in your gut. So if you are sick a lot, you've got to look at your gut, not just take medication, not just think, oh, I've got a headache. Do you know if you have a headache, look at your gut. I'm just saying so much. It could just be hydration. It impacts your whole body. Proper digestion is crucial for energy production. The gut is capable of making nutrients like vitamin K. The intestine is coated with billions of microorganisms to eliminate unwanted providers that don't belong there. Guess what? Gut bacteria regulates your glucose metabolism, your thyroid hormones, and your energy and weight. Who'd have thought your blood sugar and thyroid all tie into your gut? Also, your mood and cognition. The gut produces neurotransmitters like serotonin and GABA, which is your mood and emotional well-being. It also helps regulate your sleep with melatonin and circadian rhythms. That circadian rhythm, if you want a good one, again, between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. I don't care what time zone you're in. It's 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Those are the crucial magical hours. People say, Barb, I have a lot of weight. Well, certain gut bacteria promote satiety, reduce cravings. If you've got a sugar craving, if you have a carb craving, if you have a salt craving, look to the gut. Enhances the metabolism and helps you with your weight control. Who would have known that gut-brain connection becomes so important on everything that you are doing? So, how do I change? Well, it regards energy. A dietary change. Diet has the most significant influence on your gut health. What do I do? Increase fiber-rich foods. Reduce processed foods. Guys, you'd have to learn to shop on the outside. When you walk into a grocery store, you hug the walls. Everything in the middle shelf, in middle rows is junk. It's in a box, it's junk. If it says, oh, gluten-free, look what's really in it is probably a lot of additives to make it taste good. Not that all gluten-frees are bad, but you need to learn to read a label. You need to modify your lifestyle. You need to stress management. Chronic stress. How many of you seriously wake up and your mind is already going and you haven't even touched your feet to the ground? That's chronic stress, and you're still overactive going to bed at night. You just can't turn it off. That affects your gut permeability and how healthy your microbiome is. Sleep hygiene, again, so important. You can't say, oh, well, I hear it. Well, I'm older. I don't need as much sleep. That's a lie. I'm just saying, older people still need sleep. Think of a baby. They eat, sleep, and poop. That's what they do, and they're healthy. So think about it. So we need consistent supplementation. So you need a commitment, targeted supplements. What do you need? I need something different than Carmen and Alice. Or maybe we all need the same, but we need to know. And hate to say it, but you have to move your mass. You have to exercise. You cannot just sit there because the one thing we lose when you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever, we lose muscle. And if you lose muscle, you lose your health. It's just that once. So again, it helps your microbiome diversity. So again, digestive health. We have to focus on your diet. Rich in prebiotics for gut bacteria. Probiotics, prebiotics. We're going to talk about that. We need to hydrate. And again, I'll say it over and over. Eating slowly and mindful. You know, when you go out to dinner, you have a waitress bring you a server, bring you your food, and you eat it slowly. And then they bring the next thing, and you eat it slowly. You might have a conversation. You're not like this in front of, hopefully, you're not like this in front of your phone. You know, phones belong in your pocket, in your purse, in the car. You can go literally, you guess what? You can go an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours without your phone. You really can. Try it. You'll be healthier for it. So again, you need to, what goes first? How do I prioritize? Well, fiber intake. Number one, feeds your beneficial bacteria, bowel regularity, and aids in the production of short-chain fatty acids. So we're looking at fiber. Digestive enzymes for nutrient absorption, digestive comfort, and overall digestion. And then probiotics. We're looking at maintaining and restoring that healthy gut flora. Butyrate supplementation. We need to keep that gut barrier strong. Otherwise, we have something called a leaky gut that is just kind of like it's like a hose that has holes in it. So when you fill it, the water just kind of leaks out. Think about it. No, we need that hose intact. So it goes from one end to the other end without leaking out in the middle. And aloe. Aloe is huge. It's got four antis, ANTI. It is anti-inflammatory. It is, now I've just mind, whoop, anti-inflammatory. It is antifungal, antibacterial. All right, and there's one more, and I'll think about it when we're going because I didn't write it down. Antibacterial, antifungal, anti-inflammatory. There we go. So all four of those things, just aloe, good from an infant to the elderly. Everyone can take aloe. So again, looking at it. So why is fiber so important? Well, because you're not getting enough. It's unfortunate because it's the often forgotten nutrient. You average intake is 10 to 15 grams a day. The USDA, what we should be taking, minimum is 25 grams for women and 38 for men. Children, 10 grams a day. Why? The number one ailment of school-age children from kindergarten, first grade, and second grade is they have tummy aches. All they have to do is poop, and their tummy ache goes away. But that's something, again, they hold it until they get home. That's not good. All right. So again, fiber becomes. Then we have something called prebiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics. All are essential. Prebiotics kind of like is the feed, provides a necessary food source. It's kind of like the fertilizer. Probiotics would be the grass growing, helps restore and maintain your microbiome. And it's disrupted. The balance is disrupted when you are sick or when you're taking an antibiotic. So again, that's when we have to take more probiotics when we are sick or after an illness. And then we have postbiotics that again keep that gut barrier function and your immune modulation. So we need all three. We can't just say, "Oh, I'm just going to do one." No. If you want to be healthy, longevity, we need all three. By combining all three, you can support the growth of beneficial bacteria, introduce live microorganisms, and provide what do you need to get that healthy gut biome. Just think of that first picture I showed you of that beautiful river with the flowers, not the sludge, because most of us look like sludge. Sorry, but we do. I'm not sorry. So, in current estimates of dietary fiber, again, we need a prebiotic and we need functional fiber. We need both of these things. And we are not getting enough. So, how do we do that? The human body is very complex. Probiotics are overwhelming beneficial to the digestion and they support your immune system. Studies show that adding probiotics is a benefit for all ages. Healthy intestinal ecology to support your heart, your mental health, and your well being. Clinical studies indicate that lactobacilli and bifidobacteria help with cell lining, I can't even get it out of my mouth, epithelial integrity. And again, all of these are so important. You can't just pick one and it helps your immune system. All of these are important. So if we look at them, what's the best? Fiber. Let's talk a little bit about our advanced fiber powder. It comes in our 7-day kit, but no one takes it and orders the bigger bottle. They just think, oh, that's enough. I'm telling you, it's not enough. An important component. It cleanses the colon. It's like a little Herbie in there brushing, like you're brushing your teeth. It brushes that colon and keeps it clean. Balanced bowels, healthy flora, healthy nutrient absorption. All right. It also works with the regularity and fecal volume and provides fuel for cells lining your intestine. So again, what is that looking like? We're looking, what is the best and how can I do it? How can I do that? This, love my computer. All right. So our NutriClean takeaways are in every serving, we have 10 grams of fiber. So understanding, you need 25. Here's 10 of them. It's got inulin and fiber salt. We'll talk about that. It helps you. People that have high cholesterol, triglycerides, blood glucose, intestinal, all they need to do is add fiber. 1 scoop of fiber. It has 1,000 milligrams of L-glutamine. L-glutamine is huge. It is the food for your glutathione. Children with ADD, ADHD, or anything on the spectrum do not, or adults, do not produce, cannot make L-glutamine. So therefore, they don't detox well because glutathione is your master detoxifier. And if we don't have L-glutamine, L means natural. If we don't have that, you can't detox. And then it has 1.5 CFUs of probiotics, and you can use it on a daily basis. So the impact for gut health. So what do I need? I'm not going to read all these. You can read. But we need fiber-rich food. What are we eating? Oats, legumes, fruits, vegetables, probiotic foods. Those are found in yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, kombucha. Prebiotic, garlic, onions, yes, asparagus, bananas, chicory root. And I'm not going to talk about it, but omega-3s are essential. So important. And not farm raised. You have to look at the label. We need omega-3s that are our omega-3s are the purest of anything on the market. They get them off of Peru, which is still the least contaminated area. And they're little fish. They're sardines and anchovies. The big fish have PCBs and mercury. We want little fish. So again, fatty fish, salmon, mackerel. Now people say, oh, I get it from flax seeds or I get my omega-3s from chia. All I'm saying is that's awesome. But if you want to eat a pound of flax a day, then you might be getting 1,500 milligrams of omegas. I don't know anybody that eats a pound of flax a day. Highly unlikely. What we need is 1,500 milligrams. That's 2 of our omega-3s, not the Vivochem. That's another subject. Omega-3s, 2 of them are for normal maintenance. If you already have a lot of inflammation or issues, you need 4, and that's recommended by the American Heart Association. That's not Barb Boldt's recommendation. That's the American Heart Association. So again, look it up. It is crucial. I literally know with inflammation, if I've taken my 3 to 4 omegas a day and my curcumin, I know if I did it or not. It's that pronounced and that significant. So again, how are you doing and what are you doing? So again, we're talking about all combining all of these. So again, we talk about in our fiber, we have fiber salt 2, which is a resistant starch. It does not digest it. Now you can get resistant starch also in green bananas, cooked and cooled rice or potatoes, legumes, or NutriClean Advanced Bite. That sounds better than eating a green banana. Benefits, again, you can see healthy triglycerides, satiety, you are full sooner. So again, and it supports your healthy glucose and lipid metabolism. And it has 5 grams of the fiber salt too. So we're looking at how do we do all this and what's the best source. So again, the benefits of inulin. This is the soluble prebiotic found in chicory root, onions, and garlic. Again, it feeds those bifidobacteria. It feeds those little bugs. And it's fermented by gut bacteria to produce short chain fatty acids like butyrate that we also find, and we'll find that in another product. So important to have butyrate. It also supports your body so that essential minerals that your body can absorb calcium and magnesium. So again, has 5 grams of the inulin. So again, the probiotic blend is phenomenal. This is in our greens. It has lactobacillus. You can read all the different probiotic blends. 1,000 milligrams of L-glutamine, and it has the fiber powder. A phenomenal product, one I highly recommend for everyone. And again, here it is in your NutriClean Advanced Fiber Powder. And again, the key is L-glutamine. So again, good bacteria growth. It has all the pre all the different probiotics that you need. And sometimes people are constipated. Just adding fiber will add. The key is they have to drink more water. If they're constipated, they're probably actually dehydrated. If you get headaches a lot, dehydration before you take that Advil or Tylenol, drink water. So again, it's very complex. So again, we talk about the human body is very complex. We're looking at probiotics are overwhelmingly beneficial. All ages. It helps with your cardiovascular, mental health, and your immune. So again, specifically lactobacilli and bifidobacteria, again, for a healthy immune response. So we're looking at all these different things. And now we come across, oh, how important is digestive enzymes? Well, are you digesting your food? I don't know. What are you eating? The key is the enzymes. We can eat it, drink it with our food when we're eating, or if you just kind of sip on it during the day, it actually acts as a different function. It actually goes into the bloodstream and cleans up all the gobbledygook. That's totally my word. Gobbledygook that's in your bloodstream. So again, you can take it when you're eating, or you can just sip on it, lemon lime flavor throughout the day. So again, the key is that it has the enzymes, amylase, lactase, cellulase, lipase, protease, and they break down different things that we need. They break down fats and carbs and proteins. So they break down all the different things that we are eating, and it's all called digozyme. Again, keynote that we have the best out there. So again, the lactospore, again, clinically validated. Our digestive enzyme has one probiotic, and that's the lactospore for gut microflora. It germinates and proliferates the GI tract, and it helps it produces those short chain fatty acids, which we need. So again, why would I take them? Well, you want to be healthy. You want to make sure you're digesting your food and absorbing the nutrients. So if you are traveling, great to take with you. If people have a lot of stomach issues, bloating, digestive enzymes, or if you're just making poor choices of what you're eating. All right. We have another thing called the bromelain, which, yeah, it's for digestion. Who would have thought? I gave it to my grandkids. They sprained their ankle. They did this with the sports, but it also aids digestion. It helps normal tissue and recovery, your immune system, healthy joint. So anyone also that wants additional digestive support and your immunity, and definitely for athletes. So we're looking at it. It's a unique combination of bromelain, white willow, bark, and protease. And again, it works synergistically to promote normal healing. It's a normal anti-inflammatory, normal tissue recovery and repair. So again, bromelain. And it works with the digestive health because see that little picture there? That's bromelain. That little green it's got to break down that protein. So the little bromine actually can go through, penetrate, and break it down. Inside our body, sometimes unhealthy cells are kind of like masquerading. They disguise themselves from your immune system and they put a protective shield. Well, bromelain seeds right through that shield and breaks through and destroys, eats up, gobbles that bad that bad cell. All right. So again, bromelain may slow down intestinal motility. And again, a phenomenal product for digestive health. Healthy gut, healthy weight. Interesting. Research shows that there is a critical determinant of nutrient uptake, energy regulation, and weight and metabolic health. So again, probiotics, fiber, enzymes all help with a healthy gut. Get that gut going correctly, and your weight also disappears if that's you want. So there's so many different ones that we can choose. The DNA probiotics, I always recommend that to my senior citizens because I actually take 2 probiotics before I go to bed at night. I just chew them up. Why would I do that? Because I want to make sure when I wake up in the morning, I don't have bad breath. Or I want the good things happening. I want that digestion. I want those probiotics to be working. I'm not going to go into that, but there's 5 different probiotics in the probiotic for children. There's 10 in our probiotic 10. And then we have our complete greens that also has probiotics in it. So we're looking at common types of lactobacilli, streptococci, and bifidobacterium, and they all do different things. We have to understand that. Allison, I'll be happy to share this presentation with you and you can send it out. They can request it from you. I have no problem with that. So, and the people are going like this and they can't take all these pictures and it's making me nervous because I keep talking. All right. So again, what makes it different with our probiotic 10s is uniqueness. And the uniqueness is that it has live back. So it doesn't have to be refrigerated. It can sit on your shelf and it stays potent. What happens is because of the live back, it has an extended shelf life. Um, and when you take it, they're encapsulated. They're like flash frozen bugs. They go through digestion where the acid doesn't destroy them. And when they reach a certain temperature in the colon, they go poof, they open up and I'm alive, I'm alive. And they start doing the things that they can dance around and do all the good things that probiotics should do. So if you have a sensitive stomach, all right, great thing. So the key with our probiotic 10 is the live back and the biotrack uniqueness that makes us different. You can tell me to stop at any time because this is a long presentation. I'm just saying, I just don't know when to stop. So again, probiotic, it's for your skin. Who'd have thought? The inside out, not the outside in. Your GI. If people have a lot of urinary tract infections, vaginal flora, probiotics promotes normal absorption of nutrients. And again, your immune system. Why wouldn't I take these? And yes, you can, if you have issues, take 2, 1 in the morning, 1 at night, or take 2 in the morning, 2 at night. You can't overdo good bugs because the bad bugs are always trying to get in there and kill the good ones. So if you've got issues, take a little bit more. So again, sustained release, gluten-free, vegetarian. So important. And a lot of these things you'll find on your shop.com. These, I'm not obviously going to go through them. They all do different things, but these are the 10 specific chosen probiotic strains. They all do something unique. So a lot of times you go to the store and say, "Oh, we've got 50, 50 million CFUs." Well, but it's one kind. Or I have this and there's one kind. No, I want 10 strains of these. So they do a multitude. So it's like going into a store and you've got all these people coming at you, all wanting to help you, and you pick and choose and they all help you, but it's just not like one person. It's like, okay, we're all going to do it. All right. So again, other probiotics become less valuable again because the shelf life or they are killed during the release. Activia, great advertisement, but guess what? By the time they reach your gut, they're dead bugs. They do not live through the gut. So great advertising for Activia. Yep. And besides that, they're dead bugs. They're not live bugs. I'm just telling you. So you can get all the benefits again on your shop.com. I like to talk to my people about because it's a urinary tract. I deal with a lot of women with UTIs, healthy skin, teenagers, going through all these things. They need healthy skin. And again, stomach comfort, immune system, uh, promote absorption of nutrients. So many benefits from one product. And then we have our greens. So this is a really short one. Our isotonic greens are phenomenal. So is it in your daily routine? How many greens do you eat? Probably not enough. All right. But again, what are you missing? You in your complete greens. Well, these are all the different greens that are in here, and they all do different things. We call it at the bottom, we call it a salad in a glass. Okay, you can drink it and you're drinking a salad in a glass. And again, all the great things. So people say, do I still need to eat vegetables? And the answer is yeah, because there's no fiber in here. They're just all the other good things in it. So again, we're not taking greens for fiber. You get the fiber from eating your greens. All right. It's to supplement your diet, not to replace it. So how does it compare to others on the market? We have the only isotonic capable green supplement on the market. That's key. Another thing people say, is it vegetarian? Yes, it's vegetarian. There's no soy, yeast, starch, salt, preservatives, or milk. So again, who should take it? Well, if you're breathing, you should be taking it. It is also good for children. Should I still be using it? And the answer is yes. You can put it in a Go Trim shake. This is TLS, but a Go Trim shake or anything that's not isotonic, you can add it. It's gluten-free. They're from seeds, therefore there is 5 ppm of gluten. To be gluten-free, it has to be less than 20. So we can say, yes, this is a gluten-free product. Sometimes people need to know that. So if I'm looking at this, again, aloe. Aloe probably is one of my number one sellers. I sell it by the case. Plant enzymes, they're responsible for your overall well-being. The best way, again, is from vegetables, raw food, or our aloe juice. All right. Ours is the fresh whole leaf aloe that takes out aloin. Aloin is the stool relaxer, but ours is taken out. That's important to know. It's made with active aloe. It's made out of a cold process. It's good for your immune, your gut barrier, and good source of bacteria. And I told you before all the different antis, anti-inflammatory, antiviral, antifungal, and anti-inflammatory. You can take it for everything. So Another product we just came out with a few years ago is our Prime Advanced Digestive Support. Again, gut health, metabolic health. So this actually, because of butyrate, because it actually goes right from the vagus nerve in your colon right to the brain, right to the brain. Everything else, all your systems are filtered into that main thoroughfare. This goes colon, brain. So important. So eliminate the triggers are sugar, stress, and couch potatoes. We're talking about short chain fatty acids, sleep, and supplementation. So if we look at this, you're saying short chain fatty acids are a systematic approach for metabolic energy in your blood glucose and your fat production and your immune. And guess what? Your immune and your brain, they all talk to each other. It's called the gut brain axis. They are constantly communicating. And if there's a freeway jam, they can't get through. So we want to keep that highway open at all times. So short chain fatty acids, they maintain the gut barrier, glucose level, and your insulin response. Phenomenal product for type 2 diabetics. Again, get that brain going. Cognition. I'm worried, not worried. I'm not worried. I don't worry. But I want to make sure my cognition is always going. All right. Because that's the one thing that declines. All right. How well is my cognition going? And it's a source of energy. So we have tributyrin. This is the only butyrate backed by science to reach the colon for postbiotic benefit, and it's got the clinically studied bioavailability. That is key. 1 gram of it is from butyrate. And again, it's great for picky eaters and extra support for those who don't consume enough vegetables. All right. It also has berberine in it for lipids, insulin, gut bacteria. And again, you want healthy energy, GABA, in your brain. So all of these things, should you take it? Yeah, you should take it, but be selective. What are your goals? What do you want? So again, on shop.com or your back office, you can get the benefits. Why would I take this? Again, I guess my question to you is, why wouldn't I take it? Don't ask me what I don't take, because I take it all. So again, we're talking about prebiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics is a complete biotic. You combine them all for gut health, immune function, and overall well-being. Let's face it, there aren't too many people you find out there that have a sense of well-being. They're stressed. They're on medication. They're not eating healthy. Why? No one told them. That's your job. Pay attention to gut health, promote immune function, follow the gut for your best defense, mental clarity, support focus, memory, and emotional stability via the gut brain. You want healthy metabolic function for balanced blood sugar, healthy weight, and again, all of us want longevity. All right. I'm closer to 100 than Allison or Carmen. I am. It is what it is. I'm closer to 100 than I am to 50. And you know what? I don't care. It's okay because I want healthy aging. I don't mind getting old. I just don't want to look old, feel old, and I want my brain to be working. I want what we call healthy longevity, healthy aging, a healthy heart, and healthy energy. So what do we have to do? Eat prebiotics, eat a diet rich in soluble and insoluble fiber, eat fermented foods and rich sources of probiotics, drink plenty of fluids, reduce shopping in the middle of the grocery store. That's all I can say. If it's canned, throw it away. If it's in a box, throw it away. If it's got a label, throw it away. If it doesn't have a label, eat it. Perfect. All right. Digestive enzymes, stress management, and make sure you get adequate sleep and exercise. So much is important. There's additional products to help you with gut healing, the hepato cleanse, liver, the NutriClean Aloe for a stubborn bowel. Curcumin, I will not go a day without it. The 7-day cleanse, the detox, and then the Go Trim. I won't go a day without my nutrition shakes. Why? Because I know I'm not eating healthy, especially since my husband died. I've got to intentionally eat. I never had to do that, but I now have to intentionally eat. All right. And I know when I don't. So understanding there is not one thing you will do to be healthy, but instead a collection of good dietary supplement habits, good friends, and good choices. If you can't do anything else, get a good night's sleep. All right. And it comes all back down. Make sure you love yourself. That's it.
Beautiful, Barb. Thank you so much. Thank you. Guys, show some love in the chat for Barb. Just a wealth of knowledge. I know I got some habits to change. I know I got a few good things to try out. And really, we so appreciate you and just your zest for health and helping us all. So thank you so much, Barb. Guys, please connect with Barb. She is on social media. She is available for anything that you
Let
need.
me
She's just
put
a
my
wonderful resource.
414. Let me put this in the chat. People
Yeah,
will
go ahead.
find
If you
out.
want to put your number in the chat, Barb, go go
Yeah,
ahead.
I don't really care.
You might get
Oh,
100 calls, but it's
whatever. I don't
okay.
care. No, but every Wednesday night, every Wednesday, 7:30 Central, my team does a Wellness 101. Carmen is part of that. Other people aren't here. Dan is a part of that. Kyle is a part of that. So again, it's not me.